up, Blockheads? Gotta check the mail. What do we got here? A little Mazda Miata. Hauling some stuff. Alright. Can't really haul stuff in that car, brah. Dang, can I make it? Oh my god. I made it. That's amazing. That light never stays green that long. I do have a subject to talk about this time around. Just going to check the mail. But subject to talk about this time around. I've been getting asked lately, not like online or anything, but just by people in general. And it kind of made me think about how many people have asked me this question. A lot of people are like, why do you ride a motorcycle? So because of those questions, I figured, hey, why not give some reasons as to why I ride a motorcycle. What up, man? Maybe you've got a significant other or your parents or whoever is basically disagreeing with you wanting to ride a motorcycle. So here are a couple reasons to ride a motorcycle. We all know you guys like a good list video, so let's do it in list video format, shall we? Ooh, pop, pop, pop. So reason number one, gas mileage. Gas mileage on motorcycles is way better than cars. Even with motorcycles that are really freaking powerful. Like this one, it's 110 cubic inch 2017 Dyna Lowrider S. This thing is a torquey beast. This is a very powerful bike. It's a very quick bike. So gas mileage on this thing, it has like a 4.5 or a 5 gallon tank, I can't quite remember. But gas mileage on this, so like right now, I've got 2 to 3 bars left. It says range 76 miles. Now that's going to fluctuate depending on how I ride, but let's take that in comparison to like my truck. You know, I drive a truck for my main vehicle, my four-wheeled vehicle, and that truck gets about, I don't know, anywhere between 18 and like 21 miles per gallon. Like, and that's on a good day with like the wind at its back. It's definitely not meant to be like a long distance driver, you know. That truck is meant, I mean, it's a truck, it's meant to haul stuff, and that's what I do. You know, I throw kayaks in the back of it, I can throw a motorcycle in the back of it, I can throw boxes and haul stuff, I can throw a freaking gun safe in the back of it, whatever. But 18 to 21 miles per gallon is like the best, like the average best that my truck is going to do. So for me to fill up my truck, it costs about $40-ish, and then for me to fill this up, I mean, if it is just absolutely low, like almost out of gas, it's going to be about, I don't even know, like between $5 and $10. It's super cheap, and that's with premium. $40 filling up my truck with like regular, you know, what is it, 87 grade gas, not premium, and then filling up this with premium is between like $5 and $10. So yeah, gas mileage on bikes is awesome. You hear about people buying like bikes all the time because they're using it as their commuter. You know, they're going just around town and stuff. Reason number two, maintenance. Maintenance on motorcycles, depending on the motorcycle, I guess. But for the bikes that I get, I've got, you know, the Harley here. I also have a Honda CBR1000RR, which is a sport bike. And the maintenance on motorcycles is much easier than maintenance on cars. I guess I'm comparing, a lot of this comparison is to cars. Maybe if this is more of a video if you guys are talking about daily drivers, but gotta check the mail. BRB. It's gonna scare this guy, watch. Alright, so what we're saying, reason number two, maintenance. Yeah, maintenance, much easier on a motorcycle. I mean, you can remove the freaking wheel, go take them in to get the tires done. I mean, you don't have to have like a freaking jack to change oil. You can do it right off the kickstand. It's cheaper. Yeah, so cheaper maintenance, unless you, like I said, depends on what bike, I guess. Because, I mean, you can have like a freaking BMW, like, or a Ducati, or a Aprilia, stuff like that, and it's going to be a little pricey to maintain, especially if you have to, like, take it into the dealership and all that. So, I guess it's per bike, but in terms of actually working on a car versus working on a bike, it is definitely easier to work on a bike. I mean, I've got 3 bikes in my garage right now. Ooh, nice vid. 3 bikes in my garage right now, plus a bike lift and like tools to work on all of them. So do most of my own maintenance. I do have a maintenance plan with the Harley though, so I take it in and get that done. So reason number 3 is the cost of motorcycles versus the cost of cars. Cost of a motorcycle is much cheaper, but also this depends on what you buy. You can go and you can spend $50,000 to like $100,000 on a freaking bike, depending on like if it's rare or it's like a custom build. But I mean, most motorcycles, depending, you can buy used bikes for super cheap, and used reliable bikes. So I mean, I went and I bought a new car. It was a new Honda a couple years back, and I paid, I want to say it was like $16,000 out the door. No, it was like $17,000 out the door. And that was for like, you know, one of the lower end like Hondas, you know. It wasn't like it was like with leather and, you know, all the bells and whistles. This was like a lower, like entry-level Honda. Good gas mileage though. Yeah, in comparison, like say I bought the car, right? Well, I could have bought 3 motorcycles for the cost that I bought the car, right? So the car was like 16, 17. Granted, you can buy cars for super cheap used also, but I went and I bought like my first bike that I bought, my first street legal bike that I bought was a Harley Davidson 2013 Iron 883, and I paid under $6,000 for that bike. And then later on, I also bought a 2015 Yamaha R6. So the first one, the Harley's a cruiser and the Yamaha R6 is a sport bike. I bought the Yamaha R6 for just over $6,000. So cost-wise, you definitely can get like a really good bike that's gonna run. Like if you're looking for a commuter, the pricing, man, you can find used bikes all day for just like ridiculously cheap. You just got to kind of know what you're looking for whenever you go to buy them. But if you guys are interested, I actually posted up a how to buy a used motorcycle video a while back, and you guys can go find that on the channel. Reason number 4, whenever you're riding a motorcycle, it makes you pay attention. You basically have to be super aware, or as I say whenever I tell people, I always say ride safe, stay vigilant. You have to be super vigilant. You have to be constantly watching what's going on around you. You know, you gotta mind your mirrors, you gotta be paying attention to people in other lanes, all that stuff, which you do in a car as well. But riding a motorcycle, to me, because you have to pay so much more attention, makes you a better driver, I think. Like, I definitely found out more things to pay attention to after starting to ride a motorcycle that I didn't really think about while just driving a car. As you guys all know, people get lazy when driving cars, man. They'll put their feet up on the dash, you know, you throw the cruise control on, you're just kind of like whatever in the lane. People always are on their phones in cars. Always. Like, I wouldn't doubt if I could just like look around real quick and find somebody on their phone. But yeah, people always on their phones, you get distracted. Basically, like, riding in a car, it makes you complacent. You're comfortable, you know, you're sitting in like a climate controlled atmosphere, you know, surrounded by airbags, and you can't really hear anything around you. You're listening to your music. It makes you complacent, and complacency breeds accidents. So even though you're driving a car, you do have to be aware. Look, like that guy that just passed us looks like looked like he was sleeping. Had his head down all on his arm, and he was like barely making it. He's got that post-lunch-itis. But riding a bike, it makes you like, I don't know, it makes you like super hyper aware, like, or you have to be super hyper aware, which to me is a good thing because, oh shit, someone's calling me. Oh snap. I did not mean to come into here. I totally pulled into a freaking school area. But I can't go that way because it's only oncoming traffic. So yeah, hey, there's a bike perk. You can drive in places that cars can't. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, it makes you pay attention. I totally didn't know like that little turnoff was a school. I felt my phone ring and I just pulled off in here and like, hey, now I know this little turnoff is a school. But the amount of places that I've discovered because of riding a motorcycle, it's like whenever you're driving a car, you look down that road and you're like, huh, I wonder what's down there, and that's the end of it. Riding a bike, you look down that road and you're like, I wonder what's down there, I'll go down there real quick. And so you go down there real quick and you find out, hey, what's down there? Like, I've discovered so many more different routes because of riding a motorcycle around Orlando that I never would have known of otherwise. It just makes you kind of want to go explore. So makes you, I guess, learn, pay attention, and it's a cool perk of it. Reason number 5. Hey bro, I like your car. It's very nice. Yeah, reason number 5 is the community that comes along with riding a motorcycle. And this could be a good thing for you guys if you're sociable, you know, if you like having friends, or if you're antisocial, maybe it's not a perk for you. But for me, it basically has made me meet people that I never would have met otherwise. Like the whole Blockhead crew, like I wouldn't have met any of those guys had it not been for motorcycles. So there is definitely a sense of community behind riding motorcycles. If you pay attention at all to two motorcycles crossing paths, you usually see that they stick their hand out like this, right? And it's just kind of like down low, you know, usually doing a peace sign, or they'll like do this, or like some people stick their foot out. Like, it doesn't matter like where you're from, it doesn't matter what bike you're riding. Like, if you're on the road, you know, you guys are on two wheels, you're sharing the same problems of the road, which is cagers, these guys. That's a separate episode. You know, there's definitely a sense of camaraderie. Like motorcycles, if like you see another motorcycle stranded on the side of the road, a lot of motorcyclists will pull over just to make sure that they're okay. You know, like see if they need any help, see if there's any way that they can help, if you know you carry a toolkit or anything like that. For the most part, there's a respect between riders. Like if you see another rider, you know, you give them the wave. You give them, they call it the biker wave, so it's just like, you know, down here. That sense of community is multiplied tenfold. And I'm not pitching or promoting here, but the sense of community when you buy into Harley Davidson is just crazy, man. Like, Harley has events and stuff for their riders that just I've never seen from another manufacturer. It's one of the perks that I found out. Like, I didn't even think about that when buying a Harley, but after I ended up getting mine, you know, the sense of community of Harley riders, dude, it's crazy. I mean, insurance companies give you a discount for being part of like the Hog group here, or the Hog, a Hog member, is that how you would say it? Harley owners group. Yeah, there's 5 reasons for you guys. I'm gonna throw in a couple extra little reasons, but this isn't gonna be good for an argument if you're trying to convince somebody that they should allow you to get a bike. You know, like say if you're arguing with your wife, or for you women, your husband, or whatever way you swing, your significant other, just generalize it like that. But made a video a while back talking about reasons why I ride a motorcycle, and a lot of people chimed in as well with their reasons, and they were very similar. And those reasons are freedom. So the sense of freedom, you're not like in this cage, you're like exposed to all of this, you know, the elements. You can feel the road beneath the tires. I mean, you can feel the road below your feet if you want to. I mean, you put your feet down on the road. But yeah, the feeling of freedom, or the feeling of therapy, you know, like when you're out here and it's like everything, like anything else that's going on in the world, you forget about. It makes the most simple, mundane tasks fun, like me going to get the mail right now. You know, I could have just drove the car, but if I drove the car, you know, I felt like I would have been stuck in traffic. Like riding a motorcycle, you don't really feel as much as being part of traffic, you know. It makes like really simple, mundane tasks a lot of fun. But yeah, man, freedom, therapy, getting lost over my lunch break for an hour, it's freaking, it feels amazing. It's like the closest thing you can get to actually flying, besides like skydiving or using one of those like wingsuits or whatever. Those do look badass though. Those like wingsuits with the like jet engines on them. You guys know what I'm talking about? They're crazy. They keep up with like jetliners and stuff. Pretty wild. I'd love to do that, but I'm sure it's expensive. See, that's what I'm talking about. That guy right there. So that dude, not planning well enough ahead, caused that guy to hit his brakes, which caused the guy behind him to possibly come over into my lane and hit me. Stupid people. Anyways, that's a different episode. Anyways, those are a couple reasons why you should ride a motorcycle. Fuel economy, cost efficient, cheaper than cars, Power to weight ratio, maintenance, insurance is definitely cheaper. Freaking bike went into EITMS mode. Does a thing where it sounds like a machine gun. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the episode, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. Hit that bell icon while you're over there so it sends you notifications of future uploads and all that. And until next time, you guys ride safe out there. Stay vigilant. And I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.